Thank you for watching. We're back again with the Hunger Games. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a short, quick run of what we're going to be doing. Basically, I'm running out of options on how I can make buildings look. In the sense of, the more I try to make them fancy, the less I can do them next to each other and make more buildings. So I did say that I would try and make these different heights and stuff, but thinking again, it just wouldn't look right. And yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build generic houses. Probably how many stories? Probably 3 stories high. Actually, these might be. No, actually, these will be 2 stories high. Yeah. Yeah, these are going to be 2 stories high. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm finding it quite difficult to actually get it all to marry up. I've tried twice now. All the wood that you see there has been replaced twice now, actually, with other brick, and I put lips on them, upside down steps. It just doesn't really work. It really doesn't look good. So yeah, I'm just going to build a bucket load of generic houses, and I'm gonna basically just do it that way. Yeah, I'm not. It's not a cop out kind of thing. I'm not copping out of it. I'm just saying it just doesn't. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't work. I mean, the wood at the top here, I've literally just placed, just to give me an idea of where the roof is gonna be, so I could do that to at least make them look a little bit better. But yeah, I think this is the best I can do at the moment with what I have. I know I said that I'd do like variations of different buildings, but it's just not going to work. It really is. I've tried, and it's just not working. Yeah, so I'm just going to play around with these ones a little bit. The problem I haven't got that much time at the moment. In this evening, this is Sunday evening for us in Britain. I'm kind of running out of time that I've got available. I've got other things I need to do, like eat food and stuff. I know. I just cut the end one off. I didn't. Yeah. Just 2. Yeah, so basically, what I kind of said I'd do in the last one, I'm not going to be doing. Do you know what that'll do? For the first floor anyway, obviously, and then I'll do the second floors. Yeah, so that's just a quick up to speed kind of thing. I've been working in the sewers as well a little bit, try to play around in there, but it's really hard work. Without knowing a map, it becomes a bit of a nightmare sometimes. Yeah. So that's it. So I'm gonna cut this one here. Hopefully I'll have something again in a bit. But I really have to go and do some other stuff. In fact, let's just fill this back in. Yeah. So like I say, I don't mind trying to do like fancy builds and stuff, like fancy buildings, but when it becomes detrimental to the actual thing itself, then it's like, what's the point? I did try to make 2 buildings next to each other that were different, and it just didn't look right. It just looked awful. So I was like, well, no, let's just do them generic, and yeah. In fact, I'm just thinking maybe, and this is not a cop out, I'm just thinking maybe a row of bungalows, because everything else has been at least 2 stories high. In fact, actually I might do that. I might do a row of bungalows. Because there's nowhere else in this map that's got a 1-story building. No, there isn't. Apart from the one in the park, which is just a shed thing there. Actually, I might. Yeah, I might do that actually. Put roofs them on. Oh, yeah. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that actually. Because the other thing I'm thinking about as well is you can overdo the amount of rooms and buildings and height and different places you can go to. You can really overdo it. And I was getting to the point where I was thinking, with this kind of like residential districts without big buildings, I'm kind of, by adding these, I mean these, when you think about it, are just the same as all of them. If I add 2 stories. So no, I'm thinking actually just make them bungalows. I can put one big roof on the whole thing. Yeah, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. Yeah, a bit more diversity. Yeah, I like that. So okay, so I'm going to jump cut, and I'll crack on with that, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, bye. Okay, the bungalows are finished. They look very generic and very kind of meh. But I was kind of thinking I need to do something on the roof. But I actually like the idea that there's just a load of 1-story buildings. So I won't be changing the idea that it's 1-story. Oh god, got stuck under the building rafters. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. But it's a bit too kind of flat on the top. If I could do something up there. Should think about that. Maybe a tower or something. Actually, I'm thinking about it. No, actually, no, not at the moment. Maybe later, at some other point. But no. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, so I finished the bungalow things off. I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. Item frames. Put them on to that. Oh, come back. I can do this as well. That doesn't work. I'm not sure how BC did. Mike did the ones on the front of the houses like that. Okay. I've got bigger things to think about. Anyway, so I'm gonna crack on with what should we build next? Might build a church, actually. Shall I build the church? I'll build the church next. Build one of these big buildings here. I'm not sure. I was about to say, what do you think? But obviously that's not going to work. I could go back into the sewers, so I can get some inspiration, as it were. Oh god, this is why I don't record for ages, because I'm just so indecisive and kind of. That's a really weird thing actually, because that used to have it. Yeah, it's got an alley there. I was say it used to have an alley, but it's got one there that you can run through. Hence the lamp. Okay, I think I'm gonna build the church, because I could be more creative with the church. With the buildings, I don't really have a choice but to be kind of generic in the sense of how the building looks. It's stone, it's wood. If you get too fancy with it, then it doesn't look like a house anymore. Not in this situation, anyway. So maybe we'll play with the church, and then, well, it's going to be a small church. I don't even think this is going to work. Maybe actually I could do 2 of these. In fact, you know what? I think I'll change this. 1 sec. I'm going to make this the church instead. Oh yeah. I'm going to make this the whole church. Because then I've got room to actually be creative. Does that make sense? Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do as well is push away this building. Because the church will always have hangovers. When I say hangovers, I don't mean drinking hangovers. I mean like lips and yeah, yeah. You get me. You get what I'm saying. Basically, it'll have like single block lips and stuff. So I need it to have a big gap. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make a big ass church because it's long. That's what church should be. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do it that way, and put that as just a normal big building. We need to sort this bit out. That'll turn into grass anyway, but let's just get rid of all this. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. So I keep saying yes, and we're gonna do that because I'm in my mind. I'm still thinking, but yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it that way. Let's get rid of these. Might as well just put some grass blocks in. Don't need wood. Bum 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 bum. Obviously you don't need to be a step anymore. Oh, hello. Should we do that as a double step there? Yeah, let's do that. Some stone. Sorry, this is just the way my mind works while I'm working away on these things. I go like that, and I kind of like add things as I go. Okay, so we're gonna do it this way. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, in fact, I think that's better. Yeah, in fact, definitely. So basically, I can have the church here now, and I can come out at least 2 or 3 blocks per side to make. That's that. Now I'm thinking about it actually. Maybe I should have done it in a wider space because of I like to add things like flying buttresses. Yeah, I like to have things like that. But no, this is just a normal church. A flying buttress, by the way, is just it's like the easiest way to put it is it's like a scaffold. The way old medieval buildings were built, it keeps the walls in by putting posts up on the side that scaffold the sides. Well, just wiki it. You'll get the idea. That'd be a long, thin church. But I think I could work with that. I could do the entrance at the back here. If I do an entrance back here, loads of pews down the side, and then do an altar at the top. We could have a tower. Can we do a tower actually? Let's have a look if we could do a tower. The tower would be, say, start here, and it'd have to be a significant size. It'd have to be. Obviously, the tower wouldn't start at the bottom. I'm just mapping it out. of what it may look like, and make it usable as well. Could I do it like that? Or so I don't want the tower to be too overwhelming in size. Well, no, actually, it's not too bad that way. I guess I could do it this way. This won't stay here, obviously. I'm just mapping out what I would do with the area that I've been given. So if I did a tower that size, with like a church bell or something like that. Yeah, that can work. I mean, if the tower came up to about here, yeah, about here, something like that. The rest of the building was half the size, maybe up to that size there. That'd kind of work. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I still don't think it's a big enough area. In fact, let's have a look on seating, because you know, we want people to be able to be seated. I don't want to get rid of this now, because that's not actually what the tower will be. In fact, let's get rid of it. It doesn't start at the bottom. It just well, the idea is actually where the tower is going to be. It'll be a complete. You can look up, and you'll see it all the way to the top of the tower. So the roof won't go through that. So basically, we could do like a 1, 2. I should do it from the other way. So the altar would be here, and then the pews would start, say there. Oh, God damn it. There, there. In fact, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. We can do that. Okay. That's going to be the future plan. So basically, I'm not going to do it in this video, obviously. What I'm going to do is I'm going to re-map out the tower, just so I've got it in my head. Well, no, so I've got it in the next bit of build. I knew that I shouldn't have got rid of it. I might map it out a little bit different, actually. Yeah, we're going to map it out a little bit different. But it's probably going to be the same, but... okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video here because I need to map all this out and work out exactly what I want to do. The tower is going to be, I think, this size. It's going to have a bell in it. I say a bell, but you know, it's best I can do. Normally I'd make it in the shape of a cross or something like that, or something silly, but no, I just think just a nice tower with a bell in it will do. So I'm going to leave that. In fact, yeah, I'm just going to plan out the size of the tower itself. It'll be too stupidly high. Maybe a little bit longer than that, higher than that. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm gonna crack on with this a little bit. Yeah, I don't think it should be much higher than that. No, it shouldn't be much higher. In fact, no. It'd be ridiculous if we got much higher than that. I'm not trying to build the highest church ever. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, actually. But I mean, even now I'm still kind of, I don't think it's short enough. I think maybe shorter. but then you can see it. The idea is being that you can see it from the business district, and you can see it from the residential district. Yeah, maybe that's gonna be good enough actually. In fact, yeah, that's more than enough. Because don't forget, the actual church itself is gonna be about yay high. It's gonna be a very high. Oh no, not that high. What's it? Let's think about this. About that high. So if I did the main building, yeah, I think that's about right. And then you got the tower there. Yeah, I think that's about right. Though. Inside the building, you'll have a high ceiling, and yeah. I haven't got much to work with in the space I've got left, to be fair. I don't know. I'm still not sure. I want the ceiling to be really high inside the cathedral. Well, sorry, the church. And I could make the tower a little bit higher, I suppose, because towers in churches tend to be very high. Maybe if I made it, say, yeah, I think that's a bit better. We did it from there. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, I think that works. It doesn't look like it's very high from here, the ceiling, but it is very high. Once you've finished doing, it's gonna be it's not gonna be a dome roof, but it's hard to explain because obviously I can't show you whilst I'm talking. But it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be a good roof. There's nothing else I can really say about it. It's not going to be a flat roof. It's going to be like, it can't be domed because it's not a dome. It's going to be curved. Yeah, let's just say curved roof, like a half circle sort of roof. And then we'll build this tower up, and then we'll stick a bell on the end of some kind, and then put some ladders and stuff to go up and down it. Yeah, so I think that's a better idea for that use of space. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, I really do actually. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this video here now. I'm going to put it into production because I did promise that I would make a video today, and basically I'm running out of time. It's already 8 o'clock, and what you may not know is a 30-minute video can take 2 hours to render, and then you've got to upload, which can take another 40 minutes or something like that. So I'd rather just do a shorter video now, show you exactly what we're going to be doing next. So we're going to build this church next, I think. The bungalows have been done. I'm going to change the roof, don't worry. I'm not going to leave them so kind of flat and silly. They will get changed so they'll actually look like roofs. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do next. We're going to do the church. This is going to be a more kind of more of a build that's kind of based on aesthetics rather than just functionality. So basically, I will actually be making a building that I want to look good, because churches always look really nice and they always look pretty and stuff like that. But building kind of things like bungalows and these generic houses, you just do what you need to do to fill the space. So what we're going to do is we're going to build something and it's got space. I've made space, as you saw before. I've made space around the building so I can actually put lips and I can do things and I can play around with it. Yeah, so we're going to do that. So thank you so much again for watching. I do appreciate all your views. I appreciate all your likes as well. If you do actually like the series, please feel free to give a like. I do appreciate it, I really do. If you've got any comments, negative or positive, just leave them in the comment section and I will try my hardest to answer most. And that's it really. So yeah, so I'm gonna close this one off here whilst I kind of crack on with this. And also, unfortunately, I've started playing Red Dead Redemption on PS3, so I kind of got a bit distracted from that. So I've not taken as much time as I could have from building on this. But I've done a couple of hours today, and that's what I intend to do, at least a couple of hours a day, to make videos. I really do want to release at least one video a day, at very minimum. So but yeah, again, so I do apologise for if it's a short video, but love you all. Stick with me. Thank you all so much. Please feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you very soon, tomorrow actually, hopefully, and goodbye.